Yeah, we're good. So where are the skis built? I have a workshop in Wales where I hand build every pair of skis. We don't keep any stock of anything. Before each pair of skis, I have a chat with the person that wants the ski to make sure that they're getting exactly what they need. Then I go away and build it. Before I laser it, I get hold of the person, let them know that their ski's finished, and so long as they're happy, they go ahead and finish the ski and send it over to them. Before I start each ski, I have a conversation with the person, talk to them about the kind of skiing that they want to do, make sure they're getting the right size and shape, and making sure that they're going to end up on something that's really perfect for them. It all starts with the core. I book match the cores so that the two, the pair of skis are like brother and sister. They're as close as they can be to identical with natural materials. At that point, I cut out the shape of the ski and attach the strand-woven bamboo sidewalls, which is a glue lamination process, so it's bonding the sidewalls onto the core. At that point then, you take the core and you profile it, which is you make the ends thin and the middle thick, and how you shape that curve is how progressive the flex of the ski is. So getting that bit of it just right and the thickness of the core all the way along, really important. You cut out the plastic base, you bond metal edges to them, but you're just tacking them in place for now. You also attach the stainless steel tip and tail pieces. Then there's a bunch more prep, but you get to pressing, which is where you lay all of that up. So I've built my ski press. It's brilliant. It's one of my favourite things I've ever made. Because it lets me make heaps of other fun things. But what you do is you take the plastic base, you lay it down on the mould inside the press, you cover it in epoxy, you put the VDS rubber strips in along the edges, because very important to make sure that the ski doesn't shake itself apart. Then you put the first layers of composites in. So for me, that's a layer of unidirectional carbon all along the base, then a layer of biaxial flax where the fibres are coming across the ski like this, that goes on top. Then the core goes on top. Then on top of the core is more layers of composite. This time it's a unidirectional flax with the fibres running end to end, and then a biaxial carbon over the top to give the ski torsional rigidity. Then it's the top sheet. You put all of that together, you bake it in the press at the correct temperature and pressure with all of the resin and everything inside it. It comes out as a big flat thing. Then you cut it out. The really fun shaping part of it begins, where you get to really see the ski come alive, and then it's the finishing process, and every layer that you add to the ski, it just starts to look more and more beautiful. The more that you look after the wood, and the more that you treat it, and the more that you give it things that are making it stronger and last longer, it's just it really starts to come alive. Then the stainless steel tip and tail pieces go on to make sure that the whole thing's ready, and then it's laser cutting and burning the graphics in to the top sheet, making sure everything's finished perfectly. And then if I'm lucky and it's a pair for me, I go out and test them, and if I'm unlucky, I have to send them off to someone, but I know that they're going to enjoy them too. The press is the point where all of the different components that make up the ski come together. It's where all of the resin, the cloth, everything comes together at the same time. The moulds are all handmade. For the ski, they're all adjustable so that I can tune exactly where the rocker is and exactly what shape's coming out of it. Even to the way that now the top sheets are 3D pressed, which actually gives increased sort of strength and resilience to the ski. From start to finish, not including the design time for the ski, it's about 30 hours of work in the workshop for one pair to come through from start to finish. Once the ski's been pressed, I cut it out, I shape the edges, and then it's all about applying the layers of finishing. A wood ski is different to a plastic ski, and the way that we've got around that is by building up layers of protection into the wood. The first layers that go into the wood are oils that soak in and penetrate deep in, so that even if the top is scuffed, the wood underneath is protected and it'll last for a long time. It's also using the right type of wood. I mean, it's really water resistant, the bamboo already, that's why we're using it in this place, but you can just make it into this point where it's almost indestructible. So the final thing that we do is laser cut the brand into it, and also put the model number and the brand on top of it. With the laser work, if people want custom artwork lasered onto the skis, please let us know. we're happy to do that. Talk to us about what the project is, and yeah, it's one of the additional things that we offer.
Tell me about the two ranges. What have you got?
So we've got two ranges of skis. We've got the free ride skis, which is the Kodama line, and we've got the touring skis, which is the Symbiotic line.